All right, here's the backside view, but these pieces came with the skimmer. Actually, this one did not. These two did. My pool hose is not this fat. There's a couple different sizes of pool hoses. Mine is a skinnier version. So when I was trying to make this work before I had the skimmer, I bought this. And so my skinnier hose fits on this. And if you had a fatter hose, it would slide onto this. So this is just kind of a 2-in-1. This is a plug down here at the base. I'll show you in a minute, but you can plug that if you need to or want to. But let me show you how to vacuum the pool using this skimmer. Alright, so we have the pole. It's just a simple vacuum attachment. You could have different kinds. You can see I'm going to go ahead and push this in and get it to snap in place. So now it's on there really well. Next step is the hose and pool. I'm going to take my hose attachment and push it on to here carefully so that I don't push it through. But as you can tell, it's on, pushed on tight. What I typically do is put this end down at the bottom and kind of prop it up so that it'll stay in the water. Because now what I need to do is fill this hose with water. And there's different ways you can do it. Some people just feed it underwater. I'll show you that method in a second. So some people will start at that very end where it's connected, and they'll just feed like this, and then the air comes out. For me, I kind of take a shortcut where this is coming out, and you see the bubbles. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but the bubbles coming out of the bottom that's submerged under the pool. So I know all or most of all the air is out, hopefully all, because I don't see any more air bubbles. So I keep this under, put it into the skimmer here, hopefully keep it underwater. I'm gonna open the skimmer basket, and you'll see it's just kind of sitting in here. With this skimmer door, you see this little tab over here. Gives me the ability to push it in, and that allows me to unlock this and pull it out. So now we just have a skimmer basket. I'm going to go ahead and pull the skimmer basket out. I don't need that in there for this part. And now you can see the hose is there. Here's my attachment. If you look down in there, it's threaded. This can be either on or off. I usually can swing it to be while it's on, but it's going to have some suction, so you just have to be careful. So I kind of let it seat in place and then make sure it's threading. And you can see I'm turning clockwise to tighten it, just hand tighten. It's tight now, and now you can see there's suction through that top part, so be careful. Now I take this hose and I transfer it and push it onto that, so that now the filter is pulling from the attachment. It's good to go. I'm going to check the suction. I won't take it out of the water, but I can feel that there's a lot of suction here, so let's go to work, and hopefully you'll be able to see this thing in action. So it's currently cleaning, sweeping, and sucking it into my filter so it can get filtered out by my sand filter. Some of these are a little more stubborn because they're kind of stains that I've got here from the last couple of days. but I can go back and forth. I go kind of at a steady speed so that I'm not picking up a bunch of stuff that it doesn't have time to suck up, because I want it to get sucked up in here. Sometimes I actually get in the pool because you can get a better angle, and sometimes it's a little easier to clean while you're in there and to see, because I get a funny reflection off the water. But I think you get the idea of how this works. I definitely pay attention to the sides of the pool because they tend to collect more stuff, at least on this ground. Try to go in a pattern of sorts so I know where I vacuumed and where I haven't. Alright, so here this is still attached, but since I'm done vacuuming, I'm just going to come from the outside and kind of wiggle it gently to get this hose to come off, and just start to pull this hose over the side. But as you can tell, it's still sucking through the middle here, so I'm going to carefully, I don't want to get stuck to that suction, so be careful of that for sure. But I'm going to carefully unscrew this. Alright, so now it's sucking through the normal opening. I'm going to put this filter basket back in place, and you can see it's already pulling those leaves. I'm going to put this filter door, so basically I put it kind of at a diagonal. I put the lower side into that hole, in this case the left. Well, I think there it goes, and then you can see the left is in, and then the right I'm just going to slide down until it gets to the hole, so now it's in place, and this door stays there to kind of trap the leaves from going backwards. I'll put this lid back on. There it goes, locked in. And then all I normally do is pull out this hose. I'll show you right here. I usually just pull this hose out. A lot of times I make the loop up high so that all the water stays in the pool. I'm not pulling it out, hopefully. I'm going to make sure all the water's out of this thing. I'll start at one end, lift it high, spin, I'm twisting so that I know all the water is out. And for next time. This is something I use here for storing my hose. It's up to you, but it's kind of nice, just a small trash can, so I roll it and slide it in, so it kind of keeps it from going everywhere. And then of course you can see this doesn't have the hose attached anymore, so I'll just pull that out. I'll let it sit out and drain, and then I'll put it away. This thing will be full of leaves. I don't think there's many, if any at all, so I'm not going to mess with that this time, but you definitely want to empty this filter basket that's built into your pump. Alright, thanks.